mean, anything that's been preserved for this long is going to have so much character and like story and soul to it. We found it. We're at a flea market, so this looks pretty good. Lots of antiques. Super excited. Wow, it's olive jars. Hello, you guys. This is the first time I'm actually talking to the camera here in Spain, but you've seen a lot of what we've done in this vlog as well as last week's vlog where I took you through Madrid and what we did there, and oh gosh, it's just been so beautiful. So we're at a very special place. We're staying at Hotel Villa de Cirque, which is just a gorgeous hotel. We rented the whole villa. It's just a gorgeous estate, the whole property. We have like tennis courts and pool, like a whole courtyard with so much potential, guys. So much potential. Hola! I just keep trying to convince Dominic that this would be like the best home ever for us. All right, so I will take you to the grounds a little bit, but let's go ahead in the house because everyone is down at the pool where we've been all morning, but it's massive. It's really big, but they have all of this beautiful facade, just so traditional. And then they have some beautiful lights that you'll see inside as well. So you come in and there's kind of like this little area here. I'm not sure. I guess this would be kind of just like a mudroom in a way, but it's nice and small. And the floor is just gorgeous. So it's a little bit messy. There are 18 of us staying here, so keep that in mind. And I didn't want to tell anyone to clean up. I was like, no, I'm not gonna be a pain in the butt. But let's see if the light is a little better if I step inside. So you'll see that there's just these, I mean, look at these lights. Look at these giant lanterns. And then the ceiling is, I'm gonna get it wrong, I think, but it's like these coves with the beams there and everything. And I think our favorite thing about this home is all of the tile. So it's different in every room. There's different floor tile as well as wall tile in most of the more like formal rooms. They also have some beautiful art. They have these massive, I think these are flamenco dancers, if that's correct. They almost look like chalkboards because they're so old. I really like this old man up here. He's got some breaks in the canvas there, but so special. And even how they have the Spanish tile here. They've kind of modernized things in weird ways like this. Like we don't understand this exactly, but we just wish we could see it back in the day when it all like made sense. We actually haven't come in here. We haven't spent any time in here because we've just been eating outside. But this is the formal dining room, and it's huge. There's a huge table here, and then other cool floor tile as well, and some beautiful furniture pieces. They have two of these flanking the sides of the room, which is a really beautiful symmetry. And then they have the big fireplace on the end there, and just the gorgeous ceiling as well. So super traditional. This family has had this home for a long time. The son inherited 5 of his father's homes, like these estates, and is running them as hotels, is what we understand. But this is all kind of recent, so he's still just like trying to get everything kind of set up for that. That's what we understand so far. I want to actually talk to him more, but I haven't had the opportunity yet to. But he's been super nice and super helpful. And then once we come into this room, this is kind of, I don't know if this would be like the butler's pantry, probably the butler's pantry, but they still have this beautiful tile here, original tile and everything. But they have a lot of refrigerators in here just to keep up with the volume that we have here. And then they have this like built-in cabinet here. This is one that's a freestanding one. Well, the kitchen is nothing special. It's been renovated, of course. They do have a fireplace in the side there, but I mean, it's so much potential here with this huge window. You could bring in all that light if you took down that window treatment thing that they've got going on there. That might be a pantry under the stairs. I'm not exactly sure. But we really haven't done much cooking. We're like eating out most of the time. And it's just been, you know, we do breakfast and, well, we grab breakfast and take it outside, but that was the kitchen. And then you come back through here. If you go back through here, this will take you to the main like entryway again. And then before we go upstairs, I'll just show you these two rooms over here. This is like the family room. Also haven't spent any time in here, the living room, whatever you'd call this. But the fireplace is really cool. I've never seen anything like this. It's like tiled. Look at that. It's like scales, like fish scales. And then it has the saltillo tile back there, and they have some beautiful art. We're thinking this is like a map cabinet or something. The family who owns this property, the father was really into soccer and actually started the Barcelona soccer team here for youth, I think that's right. So yeah, there's a lot of soccer things, and he's got like his trophies, and yes, it's a jersey. This one has like two different types of tile. This side and that side kind of looking like two different rugs to kind of divide the area. That's a beautiful piece of furniture over there. And then he has this desk here. I think this desk is really pretty. It's very, very simple, but like, I don't know. That's like my ideal dining room table, super rustic, and it's really long. I don't know. I just think that's a cool desk. But yeah, these windows, gosh, everything's just open air. There's no air conditioning, and it's been like absolutely lovely. We lucked out on weather because it could have been really hot, but it has been like in the mid 70s. It's just been beautiful. All right, this room, you need to find the light switch here. All right, so this room is kind of like the man cave. And so they've got a pool table, piano, and then there's like a full-on bar over here. So they've got a cute little setup with that. Hello. I guess there's two pianos here, so you could have dueling pianos, have the pool table, the drinks, maybe some seating at one point. This was probably quite the spot, and also the beautiful, beautiful ceiling. So let me go ahead and take you upstairs. I think we covered everything. Oh, no, we didn't cover this bathroom. I will cover this bathroom. I won't take you in the other ones because they're not as nice, but I love just the tile in here. I love that this sink, they put like a marble piece back there, but I can just see the most gorgeous fitted sink in here with like thick marble backsplash and everything. And then they used a teeny tiny little mirror, which is not very functional. So you could get a really nice, beautiful circular mirror there, and then hopefully cover up some of the damage that's been there. But honestly, there hasn't been barely any damage. This is the toilet room, and they have these two iron work things, which I think are really special. Just like fit the home perfectly. All right, let's go ahead and head upstairs. We have this gorgeous tile on the walls, and then the iron work going up on the stairwell, but they kept the wood on the top, which I think is a really beautiful contrast. And of course the stained glass, which is gorgeous. And then you'll see lots more like modern art up here, which I think is a really beautiful contrast. And then we're going into the upstairs kind of like sitting room where most of the bedrooms come off of this. There is another floor actually. And so this room, we actually did a family photo shoot. We had a professional photographer come. So we used this little setup here as well as outside. That was super fun. I'm glad we did that. All right, let's go into some of the bedrooms. I'm not gonna tell you whose room is whose so that they don't get embarrassed. You gonna go back to the pool?
I got out because I'm just watching.
All right, have fun. I'll be back soon. So I won't tell you whose rooms we're going into, so I won't like embarrass them. I don't want them to like feel like they have to clean up or anything, but this room is really sweet. They're all kind of like a pinky color, most of them. All right, so here is number 3. And then, yeah, they have this pink wall, which I think really looks beautiful with the floor tile. Just adds all of this color into here. They obviously have done some things, you know, in different decades. This kind of reminds me of like 50s or 70s or something. And then they have this kind of more modern light fixture, and they have like that funky chair over there, which is just fun. Yeah, so they had just so many beautiful antiques in here. The entire home, they've done a really beautiful job with that. It's just, I can't imagine the amount of work that it takes to maintain a home like this and keep things beautiful and cohesive and traditional at the same time and everything. So this is the next room I'll take you in. This one is also really beautiful. I think it's the only bedroom that has a fireplace, and the fireplace is really pretty with those little tiles there. I feel like we don't see that very often, but that's a very like Spanish thing that I've seen here. And this one has some really beautiful feminine details. We feel like this was maybe like, I don't know, a daughter's room or something, because it has this chandelier and it's pink as well. And it just has these bookshelves on the walls as well, which are just filled with family things. But the floor is also really gorgeous as well. This one is more of like a little bit more simple of a design, but it looks very feminine to us. And so that's why we were thinking it was kind of the daughter's room or something. This sweet little chair here. All right, let me go ahead and take you into the master bedroom. This is one of the only ones that has a bathroom attached to it, I believe. And it also has this pretty like chase lounge chair as well. Look at this cabinet. Isn't that crazy? And then all of them have these really beautiful windows that open up. There's no screen. This is just completely air coming in, bugs and everything, but there's really haven't been any bugs. So we've been lucky with that, I guess. Very modern, cool chair. I know that that is a specific designer, but I don't know who the designer is for that, but I don't know. The person that put together this home had a lot of access to really cool furniture and really cool art too. I love when they mix in modern art into a more traditional old home. I think it brings lots of like layers and niceness to it. And it's something I want to do in my own home as well, but haven't gotten to that yet. And then, yeah, this floor, more traditional, not more traditional, I guess I should say it's just more simple, more masculine. All right, we're going into room number 2. This one is also really sweet, nice and pink and bright. They have these, that's a beautiful piece. I think how chunky it is with the marble top, and then the matching headrest as well. And then this is where the cousins have been sleeping, the kids, which they have these sweet little like canopied bunk beds in here with the twisted, I think it has a name, but I think that this room is really sweet. And then they have the twisted armoire. There we go. Now you can see it. It has those beautiful twists down the side of the armoire. No one had closets back in the day. They didn't have those. So every room has these big armoires. Oh, it even has matching bedside table. I didn't notice that. And this floor is like this. Really, really pretty. So we're still on the second floor. The house just goes on and on, I'm telling you. But this room, number 6, has its own bathroom. So that is pretty nice with this one. But yeah, it's this just really sweet little room. I love this. The bedside table with that marble. They had a lot of marble top things. A lot of marble top furniture. And then, yeah, some like interesting modern art. I'm not sure what's going on there. And then they have a crucifix up there, the San Damiano crucifix, I believe that is. Then this is their little blue bathroom, very blue, tiled blue bathroom. But yeah, this was definitely added because back in 303 years ago, they wouldn't have had bathrooms. So yeah, I'm just always curious when in old homes, like how did this happen? How did they make this into that? And all of the details that they had to add to make it a modern functional home. So let's go ahead and head upstairs again to the 3rd floor. This is actually where me and the kids are staying with Dominic. They have this big art piece up here, and then it gets a little bit more simple. So now instead of having the wood on the top, it just has iron on the top. So they were able to save a little bit of money, and then they didn't use as fancy of tiles. They used this saltillo tile, the clay with wood planks, and I guess that's like a marble looking tile. And then up here it's all tiled as well, but like a more, I don't know, like a brick, like a painted brick, I guess this would be. So there's some beautiful rooms up here. This is the room that's kind of confusing, and I'll show you what that is. We'll end there because it's interesting. It's had some different lives. All right, this room is really, really special. That's the bathroom. We won't go in there, but that window is really, really beautiful. That's kind of a traditional thing I've been seeing here. They have like a leaf in the middle, an iron leaf. I don't know exactly. I guess it's kind of for safety, but like very ornate as well. Now, this room, look at those shutters. Look at the windows in here. I think this is so, so cool. Yeah, like, and these have just been open air up here because there's no air conditioning. Look at that view, you guys. Can you even imagine that? So this is the back of the property, I believe. Yeah, because we can see the front of the property, the courtyards from our side, but there's mountains out there and the little, you can see way far off in the distance, little white villages tucked up in the mountains. Yeah, so this room is super special. The wardrobe again, and then some cool desk and everything over in here. So let's go ahead out here. This is where there's another sitting area. The kids have been playing up here. I tidied it up a little bit, but this was like covered in coloring books and stuff because this is kind of where they've been hanging out. So I think these are slip-covered couches, but I think that they're really beautiful. That pattern, it's just so bold. It looks so Spanish to me that they have all of the patterns, the mixed patterns, but it all like works together. Here is number 8, bedroom number 8. It's really sweet, pink as well, but it has that pink border up there with the roses, and just a sweet window overlooking the mountains. Like, what a view. You can't see it. It's not focusing on the view. Gorgeous view of the village out there, the town. And then in here, super, super simple. They really didn't do anything in here, and nobody's staying in here. But yeah, you can see how it's a little bit more rustic up here, just because they probably didn't want to spend as much on their attic space, which makes sense. They have this really, really sweet little nook, sun porch area, I guess you could say. This is where my kids are actually staying on the mattresses in here. They chose this spot and thought it'd be comfy. And they have these arched bookshelves in here, just full of really, really old books in Spanish, which is really cool. And we'll come through here. This is a little bit more of a fancy room. Look at this door with these panels. It's just gorgeous. It looks like tapestry almost. And then this room has, I actually didn't realize this, it has blue beams up there, doesn't it? It's nice and fun. So this is a fun room. It is, yeah, blue beams, yellow walls, red floor, and blue baseboards. I wasn't seeing that. So yeah, this room is fun. But their wardrobe in here I saw was massive. I thought this was a really pretty one as well. Just very simple. I like that simple look as well. So over here, what we saw on the listing photos for this hotel, it was that there was going to be an upstairs balcony patio porch, open air and everything. But what we came and found was that it's actually been turned into a bedroom. So all these, I think there were 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, or maybe 5 even, actually been closed up, and there's a divider wall in between. So this ceiling goes all the way across, but yet there's a wall here. So I don't know what exactly. I'm so curious about the history of that. Like what's the plan in here and everything. But they've created 2 more bedrooms, I guess, by doing that. And so, yeah, this room is really simple. This is actually where Dominic and I and Cassian, baby Cassian, have been staying. And it's been such a nice breeze at night. We've been leaving these like open. It's like so much air coming in. You can see the little courtyard down there under the trees. I don't know if you can see all the little chairs, but that's where we've been eating. And so I'm like out of breath. It's a lot of talking, y'all. But I do want to show you the pool really quick because the pool is really gorgeous, and I hope that you guys enjoyed seeing the inside of this home. It's really special. I mean, anything that's been preserved for this long is going to have so much character and like story and soul to it. It takes so much work maintaining it, and this home I can kind of see, you can see the wear that it's had. I don't know if the camera is able to pick up that. And it definitely, like, it needs some love. We've all just been like wanting to do things in this house, just like, oh, what if we did this, what if we did that, like it would just be beautiful. But they're taking such great care of us. They do our laundry and our dishes for us here. Someone comes and does that, which has been super nice. Like, that's a true vacation for a mama. All right, so let me show you just a little bit out here. Oh, it's windy, but let me show you a little bit of the ground. I'm gonna get back to the pool, relieve Dominic, but yeah, they have like a whole little patio out here. There's actually a horse stable over there with a horse, and then chickens running around and everything. And yeah, this is where we ate. They put out tablecloths and made paella for us the first night we were here. And then down here is, we also did the photo shoot down here and outside, but we used this little path because it was so beautiful. This path had such beautiful light, and so we took some photos there. And then the pool is down there with the little gazebo area and a little grill area, which would have just been so lovely. It's definitely run down right now, but they have a soccer field here. Obviously the guy was super into soccer, and so that was a big part of the family life here. And then this is where the tennis court is. They have a really sweet little sign on there, Wimbledon Tennis Club, which we just think is like so sweet, so vintage. But yeah, we brought pickleball sets and have been doing that out here as well. So I'm officially out of breath and out of time. I gotta go relieve Dominic, take some kids off of his hands, and we're gonna go to the grocery store. We are actually going to go to the beach this morning, and our rental car had a flat tire. So we ended up just doing a pool day, which was equally fun. We've done enough beach already, like you guys saw last week. So if you missed last week's video, go check that one out because you'll see lots more of our Spain adventures. But thank you for coming along for this tour. And the next thing you guys are gonna see is tomorrow, we're gonna go to an amazing town, a monastery. It's supposed to be gorgeous. So goodbye for now, and I will see you all tomorrow. Last week I took you along to some of the really sweet towns that we went to, and I'm taking you to another one. This time we're going to Montserrat. It's very close to the course. Oh goodness. Going straight up vertical. What's down there? Rocks? Ooh, yeah, cars. Those are the wires that we were suspended from. So to get up to this mountain town, quite literally nestled in the mountains and the rocks, you can take a cable car which shaves off about 20 minutes of drive time and twisty, terrible roads, which was very helpful with kids who were getting quite car sick. So we did that. It was also quite treacherous, but it was quick and straight up and quite an adventure for the kids. And so what Montserrat is actually a town built around a monastery that was built around a statue that was found of Mary in a cave. And so they found this statue, tried to bring it down the mountain. They couldn't, so they ended up building a church and then a monastery all around this. And Spain has just a special devotion to Montserrat and the Black Virgin, they call her. You have to make a reservation for attending Mass. So we did that. My mom did that online, and we were able to attend the most beautiful Mass here with the monks, and this church was so spectacular. Honestly, you get a little bit numbed to just like beauty when you're in Spain, Europe, older places like this, just vacationing, but this church really felt super, super special. After Mass, we walked up the kind of like the side of the church and then up the back, like behind the altar, and this is where the original like cave would have been. So we were kind of walking like through a cave, but they've adorned it so beautifully. So this Virgin of Montserrat was found in 880 AD by shepherd boys up in this cave. So it's pretty amazing that they still allow you to actually like touch part of her, because I feel like she might just break at any moment. And I think she's made out of wood. That's why she has turned black over the years. But it was pretty amazing. I shared the very exciting news before we went to Spain that I just started a website, a blog, and I'm currently working on a little article, just sharing some of the things that we did in Spain, some tips as well. I'm gonna make a few different articles from our trip. I think some tips for like traveling with kids might be really helpful. Let me know if you want to see that one. But this video is sponsored by Squarespace, the website builder that I use to create my website. So I'm going to share some visuals of what my website looks like because it is gorgeous, and I can take no credit to this because it was all done for me through their templates and their AI optimized like generator. I don't know how it worked. I'm not a technical person, but I was able to create this website relatively easy with my limited skill set. The great thing about Squarespace is just how flexible it is. So if you are someone who wants to be selling something like an actual product or your services, you're able to do that, add credit cards, go join mailing lists, all the things that you need. This is such a powerful website builder. If you want to take your business or your brand to the next level, or you just want to create a creative blog, now is the great time to do so because you can get started with the link in my description for a free trial. And then when you're ready to buy your domain, you can get 10% off using the code EmilyGarby. Thank you so much, Squarespace. And I will leave a link to my latest article, which will be done by the time you see this video, down below. So after we finished up at the monastery, we walked around town a little bit. We had lunch and we found this little farmer's market that was set up. I'm not sure, it was Saturday when we were there, so maybe this was just on Saturdays, but they had lots of yummy treats and we brought home some things for people who were helping watch the house. That's called Montserrat. That's the town that we're in right now. We went to the art museum that is also, it's right next to the monastery, and it was so beautiful. You guys saw last week that we went to the Prado, which is like the very famous art museum in Spain. But this museum was just really sweet. It was quiet. There weren't a lot of people here. The rooms were just sweet, and they had some amazing pieces that were really, really special. He was 14 or 16 when he painted this one, Picasso. And then he was 14 or 15 when he painted this one as well. Monet. In addition to many, many beautiful works of fine art, they also had an interactive museum area that described like the whole town of Montserrat and how it was formed and the different stages that it's gone through, and then how it was destroyed and rebuilt, which happened in the 1940s actually. So it has a very rich, interesting history, and they did a really beautiful job explaining it. Yep, there it is.
Oh, there's one.
All right, today's our last day in Spain, and we found it. We're at a flea market, so this looks pretty good. Lots of antiques. Super excited. So, highly recommend this vintage market. Here's the information if you ever go to Spain, have the opportunity to go to this one. Highly recommend it, or if you're local, let me know if you've been to it before. I would love to know. Thank you.
Of course, though.
Like a European plug.
Yeah.
I have adapters. Oh, that's like really old though.
Yeah. I guess you could rewire it.
Yeah, you could. Pretty scones.
I feel like I could fit a mirror in my suitcase.
I could fit a lot in my suitcase, so if you need extra. It's actually really cute.
Not even expanded. Oh, a chessboard.
Love that. Oh, they have a lot of mirrors actually. Yeah, this one's 20 euros.
Oftentimes the mirror is not good.
This one looks decent. Like it doesn't look distorted or anything.
Cool frame. It has leather on it.
It is a really cool frame. It's like fur. It's hide, yeah.
Ven, que te lo van a llevar.
That's very cool.
No, en serio,
It has dogs. Horses and dogs.
I know. It's very colonial though.
Yeah.
The painting itself,
Yeah.
I'm not crazy about. I like just that simple little plant stand. Yeah, I know. Look at these doors get Benji.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Look how painted that one is. Intricate. I've never seen that where it's on a circle, on a velvet mat. It's a pretty still life though. I like this one. The little ruffle at the top is cute. Sweet one. That would be to like hold the matches in there. Maybe. Oh, that's probably for a cigarette actually. Not a candle holder. I love this plate and that one. I feel like they would look so pretty together. Some color. I'm gonna ask how much these are. See this? For hanging things on the wall. It's a cute little one. Look at the duckies. That one is wearing skis. So funny. Funny donkeys. Look at these old lipstick cases. Pretty sure that's what it is. They're so pretty. It's so vintage. Pretty at the middle.
Y como te lo llevas, te lo dejo a la uña.
Benji, would you like 3 more?
Like any of those medals.
Your hand?
Which medals are you looking at? I love this table. Because it's got some veneer coming off, but it's just got like the wormwood. It's so pretty. Love.
Yeah, that boat is awesome, right?
It's a really pretty picture. Super pretty. Reminds, I have one similar in the bathroom. It's like new from Amazon, but that one is special with the wood and the brass. Wow. Even have them here.
No, I don't know. Get this one out.
They found some cooler rosaries in the one.
No, I want it out. I want it out.
Oh, you did buy it? Oh,
I
it's
want
okay.
this.
Well, no, that's good. We want it
I
still.
want it out. Not in.
Unless, did you want it or can we have it?
There you go.
Is this the last egg?
Un telefono, quando estava al reloj.
Let's go find Dad. We'll bring him back.
The shape of this one and that one. Those are really pretty. I like the color contrast too, and these are really pretty too. Some herbs overflowing. It would be gorgeous. Do you like that? What is that?
Okay, don't be just touching everything.
No, I think it's cool, like in an entryway. We don't really have a spot because it's stone. Yeah, you're right, that must be to block it from the wall. Love this. Oh, I love that little table. It's like burl wood, I think. Like string and wood.
You know?
Yeah, your bills, and then you do the ink here,
Yeah.
and your pens.
It's just, it is lovely.
Yeah, that's
Takes
special.
up some space.
It's heavy. Wow, it's olive jars. So after we finished up at the vintage market, we had just enough time to grab some breakfast and then make it to mass at this really sweet, very, very rustic church that we found in the middle of town there. And then we headed from there to our very last adventure of this trip before we had to pack up and everything, which was one last trip to the beach. That was what the kids requested. So we did that, and it was just a lovely, lovely finish to our trip. And I will share a haul from this video at the end of the video, so make sure you stay tuned for that, the things that I brought home. If you have enjoyed coming along, I would so appreciate if you would give this video a like. That so helps support the channel. Let me know down in the comments below if you want to see more travel vlogs like this. Are you local to Spain? I'm so curious. This was the beach that we went to. It was so picturesque, but I can't share too many photos down there because, you know, a little bit scandalous. Europe is a little scandalous. I'm not quite used to that, but that's okay. Okay, the moment you all have been waiting for, a haul. A haul from this half of the trip. So I have stuff from the vintage flea market, as well as, I guess, just postcards. That's the only other thing I got. So I'll start with the postcards. This was from the museum, Montserrat, up there in that town where we took the little cable car up to. So the kids chose this one. They wanted this to remember their favorite part, which was these like crazy rocks, which is pretty cool. And then I got this one to give to a friend because I prayed specifically for her when we were up there. And then these are the ones that I just loved from the art museum. This one was so sweet. Dominic and I were both like, that is so sweet. We want that somewhere in our house. It's cute. But this sweet little, I think the title of it was The Child and His Companion, I think is how it's translated in English. How sweet, yes. And then these were the ones, this was by Picasso. Both of these Oh, did I only get one of them? Or maybe they only had one of them. But they had 2 Picasso paintings there that were done when he was 15 and 16. So I forget if this one was 15 or 16, but whatever. That's amazing, right? A 15-year-old painted that. That just blows my mind. So definitely had to bring that one home. And then I just really liked this sweet little child. I thought that was so sweet. And then this one is up in Montserrat. So I just loved the kind of abstract depiction of Montserrat. And I believe this was actually from before it was destroyed and then rebuilt, because this was 1909. Yeah, and it was destroyed in, I think, the 40s. And so I probably will share that in the voiceovers more. But those were the postcards I got. And then what you all really care about, I'll save my favorite piece for last, the grand finale, but this is what Dominic chose at the flea market. We were each like, let's just choose like one thing. So he chose a mallet. I was like, are we gonna be able to get this through security? We didn't pack it in our check, we checked it. But yeah, he likes woodworking and he was like, this is a good quality antique, and I don't know. So that's what he got. And then I got this rosary. We both chose this. I think it's made out of nuts or shells or something, but it's gorgeous. If the camera will focus. All of the beads are just a little bit different. They have a beautiful shape to them. And the crucifix is just like nice and simple. I don't know if it's focusing. Yeah. And yeah, so I think that might be the Virgin of Montserrat. I'm not sure. It might not be. But that was a beautiful find. I think it was like €5. This one was like, I think €8. I think that's what Dominic paid. This one was what the kids got. Dominic helped them find this. We were like, you can pick out a toy, but like all the toys were like pretty, kind of crappy, just plasticky things that were old. But this one was pretty interesting. So it is a little animal and it's made out of real rawhide. So it doesn't smell bad, which is what I was nervous about, but pretty cool. I think it's a bull, right? Which is good because if like Spain is known for their bullfighting. So that will be on the shelf somewhere in their room. This is my last piece. This is my piece. Well, Dominic's too, but can you guys see it? Exactly, there we go. It's kind of dark and moody, but it is a scene of 2 fishermen in a forest. And it has gorgeous framing. We thought it was marked at €100. We got her down to €60 by like doing like this, because I'm so bad about like Spanish numbers over 10. Like I don't know. It just confuses me. So I would go like 7 y 0, 7 or 5 0. And so I would just like write it out and they were able to understand, and they appreciate when you like make an effort. So I'm going to try to practice my Spanish more, but it's something that you have to just keep practicing if you want to get good at it. But I thought this was so pretty. So we're going to find a good spot for it. The back, I think I showed y'all. It's all like sealed up and everything, but happy that this one made it back safely to the US. So that is my haul and that is our trip. I hope you guys so enjoyed it. I'm going to be sharing some entertaining ideas next week because we are throwing a party next week for all of the residents in Dominic's program. So I'm going to share some little tips. I'm pretty much going to try to spend less than $40 on this, including, well, it's a potluck, but I'm making the main course and I'm gonna get wine, but I'm gonna try to do $40 or less just to show you all that you can throw a party for real cheap. You do not have to have a lot of money and really make it a good time. That's it for today. I hope you all have a very blessed week and you've enjoyed seeing these trip videos. I'm so glad that I have these to look back on, and thank you all for watching so much. Give this video a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe so you don't miss what's coming next, and let me know down below if you think that this was a good idea. What the heck? All right, guys, I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.